Does your dog only pay attention to you when you have a treat pouch on or when your hand is full of treats? Hey guys, look! What's this? Yes! Or if you make it rain treats from the sky, is that the only time that your dog pays attention to you? Then let's have a conversation and I'll show you some methods on how to reduce the amount of treats you use in your dog training and get a better response of your dog to whatever it is you're asking from them. Let's use Mila here as an example. I know that Mila knows sit, but I know that if I'm going to ask it, she might not listen on the first go. Let me try. Mila, sit. Mila, sit. Now, I had to ask it twice, and what most people now do is they go with their hand in their treat pouch and they feed. I think for a command that you know for sure your dog knows, there is no treat for asking twice, right? Because what are you teaching your dog if you go, sit, sit, Mila, sit, sit? Yeah, I asked 4 times. If I now feed her, all she is learning, oh, I guess listening is optional, and whatever I do, I still get the food anyway. So why should I listen the first time if I'm actually busy doing something else? So that's something you need to be really aware of. That is, don't reward poor effort. That's all in your hands. And you'll find that once you start rewarding better effort only, good effort, your dog will give good effort. Because at the moment, they kind of go, oh, who the fuck is? You give me food anyway. So why would I listen the first time? So you've almost trained your dog to not listen. Another one that's important to work on is the following. We like to have treat pouches on us, and I'm okay with that, but we start using them as a crutch. So for example, we end up doing this. Look, 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 yes, sit. Yes, of course she's listening now. Look, she's very keen to listen now, but now she's only listening because I have food in my hand. I don't want her to only listen when I have food in my hand and become a personal pest dispenser. So now I might go again, get rid of the food. Mila, sit. Yes. And maybe that's reward worth the treat. So I'll give her food now, right? Didn't have food in my hand. And then the next step might be that I get rid of my treat pouch, right? And I go again, Mila, sit. Good girl. And now I might have to walk over to get the reward, right? It is important that you don't always have food in your hand. Again, how many of you can ask your dog to sit with your hands behind your back? Mila, sit. Good job. And now this is the reward. Yeah, and the praise is the reward. For basic commands like sit, eventually that becomes part of your dog's job description. If you do a job that requires sending emails, for whatever reason it is, how often does your manager or your boss stand behind you as you hit send and go, good job, well done, here's another treat, here's a bonus, oh my gosh, you've sent an email, you're so amazing. No boss does that, right? Because it's part of your job description. For a dog to be able to do a sit, that becomes such a standard command that it doesn't need to be rewarded all the time. Another way to stop using so many treats is to start varying the amount of treats you're giving and obviously your hands. So I'm going to go, Mila, sit. Yes, good girl. Free. Sit. Good. So now she's done 2 reps of sit and I'm rewarding one of them with food. And then I might go, Mila, come. I go, sit, touch, sit, touch. Good job. Now she gets a treat. So now she's done 4 things for the price of 1. So you need to have a look at it that way. Stop rewarding your dogs every single movement, every single thing they do, and instead only reward every so often. That keeps your dog guessing. And that makes them work harder for the treat because they know, oh, it's going to come. I just don't know when it's going to come, so I better put some effort in. right? And if you just constantly, I go sit, and now I feed her, like she didn't even do it. So why am I feeding it? So I think this problem is a very human problem more than it is a dog training problem. Yeah, a lot of people are not aware that they're feeding their dog non-stop. And again, this is not a video that's going to say like you should not be using food in your dog training, because I think you should. But there is something to say about using too much food in your dog training. And I know that I have a lot of clients in person that will come to me and say, my dog doesn't listen unless I have food in my hand. So that's where this comes in. Start training your dog with a fake treat. Start training your dog with your hands behind your back. Start training your dog where you have a bowl of food or whatever it is that you use for training, but put it 3 meters or 4 meters away from you. So you can say, sit down, touch, good. Then you go get the treat and then you feed your dog. So your dog learns, hey, a reward is coming regardless if she or he is holding it in your hands. Yeah, because that is just a pattern your dog has learned. I only listen when there is food in your hands. And when I don't listen, I still get the food or you give up. So, it's a win-win for the dog. So you need to change that attitude towards it. I hope this makes sense in how to reduce the use of food for your dog. If you don't, and you think I'm missing something, make sure you drop it in the comments. Feel free to subscribe or suggest a topic you want me to cover, and I'll see you next time. Bye.